The open studio. The open studio. The open studio.
La 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 la. Oh, oh, Halloween! Oh yes! Oh, oh, the wackiness! Oh, oh, look at my eyes! Oh, oh, it's so spooky and silly! Oh, 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 oh! Happy Halloween, everyone! You know, I've been thinking about our friend here, the jack-o'-lantern, and what he represents. So we're talking about something that dates back to 19th century Ireland. People would carve faces into turnips to ward off spirits so that they wouldn't disturb the crops before the autumn harvest. And I was thinking about this. So why in the age of pesticides would we continue to carve faces into fruits? And don't argue with me, a pumpkin is a fruit. If it has seeds, it's a fucking fruit. All right? But I think vegetable is also a culinary term. We don't need to pour over this any further. So why do we do this? And to me, I think it says something about our tendency to gravitate towards creative self-expression and the importance of community rituals when we're, up against extreme hardships. So to that end, if we can offer you anything tonight in the way of helpful distraction from whatever hardships you're up against presently, we're thankful to be able to do that, and we're grateful also for your company. So happy Halloween, dear viewer. Why don't we open up the video chat and see who's live? Let's use this as a conduit for human connectivity. Happy Halloween, guys.
You fucking imbecile.
Oh, it's Cousin Jack
I
talking
told
pumpkin,
you,
everybody.
it's not acrylic paint. It's a stain. You don't just apply it and apply it and apply it. You do a
Jack.
layer and then you wipe it off with a paper towel or something.
Look, Jack, I think you're trying to get hold of one of your contractors,
Oh,
man.
is this Brandon? Oh, I'm sorry. It's these eyes. They're fucking triangles.
Well, you should go see an optometrist, buddy.
Brandon.
Happy Halloween, buddy. Say hi to your parents. Who's next? Speak of the devil.
Happy Halloween, Brandon. Shame you couldn't
Hi,
make it
Satan.
down here for Halloween. We don't have any social
Travel
distancing
restrictions.
requirements where I live.
Yeah.
You should
Trade-off,
just
I
keep
guess.
eating those cheeseburgers at midnight, Brandon. It means we'll be meeting even sooner than scheduled.
Bye, Satan. Oh, Hazel.
Happy Halloween, Brandon and Justin and all the little boys and girls out in the internet watching
Speed
the
it
Open
along,
Studio Halloween special.
Yes,
It's a
yes, yes,
pity
yes.
you couldn't invite me to co-host or
We were
even just
booked
sing
solid,
a little
hon.
ditty or
We talked about
you know,
this.
you didn't contact me at all, but that's fine.
All right, we didn't talk
That's
about this.
fine.
All right, so.
You'll get yours in the end.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, that sure sounded spooky. Whatever could she have meant by that? Well, no matter. In any event, we've got a terrific show lined up for you. And let's take a moment to give a big hand. There's a fucking hand. A big hand to Mike Gow, who did the intro, and Jackie Manti, who's done a lot of the branding and design work for the production. Thank you guys. And thank you to everyone who's contributed. We're community generated. And we are going to kick it off to a video by David Torres.
Even if I'm only an echo, I am still your grandmother.
Everything about the day I was born. Felt the scars. Grandmother. Where are you hiding, grandmother?
Touch the light within me and take nourishment from these sovereignless flames.
Your soul of flames is no longer my home. The ash is my family now. Your flames have no come to me. The ash is my family now.
tomato of hazel to the Halloween special. Well, let's see how you like being trapped inside this crystal ball.
Ah, oh God, oh goodness, Justin, help me, Justin.
Oh, well, I wasn't planning on hosting tonight, but I guess Brandon's in a crystal ball. Not exactly sure how that works. I don't know if he's in another dimension or maybe he's dead. I don't really know. Maybe he's just predicts the future for a fortune teller now. I don't really know, but anyways, we got some acts to do, so I guess I'll just host it out the rest of the night. How was that video by David Torres was great, wasn't it? Why don't we zap on over to the guest dimension, talk to David? Maybe Brandon's not dead. Hey, what's up, David? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Justin? What's going on, man?
Not too much, dude. I love your videos so much, and it's so good. Is it like? I don't know. How is it? Are filmmakers like magicians? Is it if I ask you questions? Is it like secrets? Because is it like? Did you do like a mix of animation and live video? Is that how you got the effects you got, or what was kind of like your process on that?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll give you a few secrets. I mean, can't do too much, right? Yeah. But yeah, no, dude. Drawing animation, stop motion, and a lot of painting animation.
Yeah, it looks great. I think it's so good. And it's part of like a longer project, right? Like it's part of like a longer film.
Yeah, actually. So basically, that's like I typically do sketches whenever I do a film project. So like I'll do like a general sketch because I come from a painting background, and then that's like sort of the beginning sketch for a larger project I got going on right now.
Okay, cool. Where can should people like follow you on social, or is like what's the easiest place to find that?
Well, so there should be a link probably above my head.
I think there's right above your head. There's a link. Is that where they can find it?
There it is. oh man. All right, word. I got like a thing of it. So yeah, so basically that up there, if you guys want to watch my film, it's up there. But as far as for like my general work, it's on sunkeepers.art.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
so you're telling me, so you started in just like just doing sketches and then moved into more like animation film kind of stuff.
Yeah. I have a painter background, dude. So like, back when you paint, you make like a drawing sketch of something, right? And then you sort of have that, it could be its own thing. But then eventually then it could become a painting. So that's sort of something I've always kept in mind whenever I'm doing my films.
Yeah, but it seems like now also a painting can become like a film.
Yes. No.
Do
totally.
other painters now? How do painters feel about you? Do they feel like you're selling out because you're going film?
Listen, man, I already I've talked to them, be like, listen, painters, if you don't want to get on this movement level, you're on this still level. I'm in like that 4D.
It feels like Dylan going electric. I can't believe there's no backlash. There has to be some backlash, I'd imagine.
I've got a couple of rocks thrown at me before. That's like back during the Chaos Wars, but we don't talk about that anymore.
I feel like once I watched that, now knowing that full kind of etymology of how you got to what I just watched, I'm just like, I'm never really going to enjoy paintings the same way, because I'll just be like, why don't you just make this a film, Picasso or whatever? Like this shit's kind of lame now.
You don't want painters to hear that, man. You might got some watching right now. They might, find where you live, man, and give you that real Halloween treatment.
Dude, I'm sorry. Hey, painters out there, if you're listening, get that stuff moving. Add some music. Why am I just staring at this in a cold room with old people? Come on, let's get some movement going.
Old people.
Sorry,
this guy.
I had to say it. It's been, I have very strong but specific opinions. That's kind of my brand.
Word, love it.
Yeah. What? did you like have like what's your kind of because again I'm just like I did not know that that's kind of like your background, so I'm just like when you do something like that, like what we just saw, like was it in, do you have a specific influence that was either film or animation or a specific influence from
Oh,
painting, or is
I
that kind of
mean,
just your thing that's an amalgamation of a lot of stuff?
yeah, there's a lot of there's like it's like a lot of influences. So one, I'm a huge weeb, huge gamer. So
Okay.
essentially, as far as for like old school 90s RPGs, I don't know if any folks have ever played a game called Final Fantasy, but back
Hmm.
in the day, they used to make like those sick backgrounds where essentially you can kind of see like those hand painted like drawn spaces and like those people walk around in it. So I would sort of get inspired by making sets like that.
Mm.
Um, Same for like old school like 90s anime, like you know your Ninja Scrolls or like your Ghibli films. And then for those who are, I don't know if there's any Trekkies in here, but like you know all the backgrounds in early Star Trek was like pretty much painted, and like they even had like a velvet black carpet with like these like little dots on it for the stars. You know,
Yeah.
I see a question in the chat, someone asking about like me
I
writing the
was just
dialogue.
going to ask you
Yes,
that next. Yeah, like if you someone was asking if you wrote the dialogue.
yeah. Totally. So all the dialogue I pretty much write myself. Granted, I make sure like my team checks over my habits. Sometimes I tend to you know, be a bit indulgent. So they're like, hey man, you need to fix this shit, you know, calm the fuck down.
Dude, I mean, even the fact that even if you got the general skeleton of it up, that's still very impressive. You're very multi-talented, but it is funny watching brains partition into expertise. Like I want like I was talking about like earlier before the show started, like my last job in an office, which was like a long time ago, I was doing like writing, kind of like copywriting, and
Right.
I would have to get these the designers would design this thing and just kind of like fill in the text, and I'd have to like and I was like, you are the most brilliant artistic mind I've ever seen with your design, but this is the worst writing I've ever like it's just funny watching someone like just partition off into different but I mean, so I think it's impressive that, you know, just the skeleton is so good, like the whole film is so good, knowing that you're not like a specifically writing background, but it is also smart to get good writing people around you to kind of like just like be like, all right, this is the one thing I feel like I do need a little help with. I got the art and the visuals and all that.
Yeah, definitely. That's why the team is the most important part. Shout out to them because I mean I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without them. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
Teamwork.
yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I was to say is because I've been like, so we've been doing this, like, I think it's our fifth show now, and I've been noticing all the different backdrops from the different people, just kind of like what your Zoom setup is like, because that's all we have to like think about people now. And the big thing I noticed is mostly we had like comedians and musicians. And musicians always had like a really nice backdrop. It looked very set and nice. And
Hmm.
comedians looked like they were on break at a halfway house, and it was just like pure chaos. And so now it was just so
Totally.
funny because I was like, I wonder if this guy is like a gamer because he's got gamer angle on his camera. He's got a high back chair,
Bruh.
but he's a filmmaker. So I don't know, is this a filmmaker thing or is this a game? And yeah, and a lot of neon LED light. Yeah, like so. Yeah, so now I'm partitioning into more groups like comedian, musician, and now filmmaker slash game guy. It's that upward angle. You look very cool, and but it's a certain type of cool that gamer guys go for. So, well,
Yeah. Sticks,
David,
man.
yeah, dude, you look great. Your film was great. Thank you so much for doing the show, man. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and I look forward to seeing other artists on next.
Yeah, and obviously you can see the link above David's head, but it isn't clickable. But if you go down in the description, there's like an actual clickable link. So definitely follow his stuff and learn more about it. So, and we got another video coming up next. So if you guys stick around, we got a video from our current director of this show, Michael J. Garrity, Ryan Sands, and Molly Miller. Yes? Yes. Okay, so check that out next, and let's go.
Holy shit. That's a lot of W-2s. Where did you work this year?
I was a waitress, a recruiter, an actor, a tutor, a butcher, a baker, and
A candlestick maker.
a morning news anchor. Thanks, Molly. I'm out here on the street asking today's tough question. How much should you trust your neighbor? Hey, bye, motherfucker!
yours.
Oh my god, that is definitely not mine. It probably belongs to some other Molly Miller. Aaron, I'm your best friend. You know I'm not a terrorist. It was probably just a clerical error.
I know. It's just, I found something else. It's a bill from ISIS, North Ashbrook.
That's 1515 North Ashbrook, the cereal factory.
Oh, right. But what were you buying at a cereal factory?
Cereal? Someone else is on the line. Just watch a penguin documentary and go to bed, okay? And stop being so paranoid. Good night. Hello? Yeah, I'll take care of it right away.
Who was that?
Just a little privacy, please. It's my mom.
Why do you have all those knives everywhere?
I'm a butcher and a baker, Aaron.
Okay.
Ice is here.
You need to chill out, Aaron. This is getting ridiculous.
How am I supposed to chill out when you have this by your table?
I'm taking Spanish.
Fine. But if you don't work for ISIS, then who was that W-2 from?
It doesn't matter because I'm not a terrorist. And besides, we don't even know if it actually said ISIS. For all we know, it could have said is.
But is?
I'm tired of playing games, Molly. So you tell me right now.
Is? I don't even know what it is.
You don't have to know. You just have to tell me is, or is were, or was, or are. Because if is isn't, how do we know what ain't?
I don't know if is or isn't.
Well, I think it's pretty reasonable to believe that is. Unless we're all just a bunch of dirty liars. So you tell me. Do you work for ISIS?
No!
Tell me!
It doesn't say ISIS. The first part was covered up. It was covered up!
Oh, yeah? Then what does it say?
It says Anagnar ISIS.
I can't believe I thought you worked for ISIS. Of course you work for Anagnar ISIS. Duh.
Hey, want some more wine? Best friend.
Yeah. Of course you work for the Greek conception of the denouement. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Occam's razor.
Molly's razor.
I don't understand. You're not even Muslim.
Wrong ISIS! Dumb slut mom wanted me to return this. Oh my god, it was my So dirty, looks like someone needs a bath! Guys, I think
active sacrificing your milk and wheat so that you might grant me prosperity. This is not my first and it will not be my last!
Oh. And we're live.
Hey, what's up? So I'm here with Molly and Michael and Ryan, he's gonna sit really still, but he's here. But yeah, man, thank you guys for showing that. That was super funny, obviously. Molly, you are the writer and the star. And again, so writer actress, I would say, judging your backdrop, it's kind of between comedian and musician. It's taped thing on the wall, but also a couch that doesn't look like it has bed bugs. So that's more musician, but your backdrop is more comedian. So it's kind of like a mix. So we're learning a lot today, a lot of new looks that we haven't had in the past. So that in and of itself is very exciting.
We got Ryan sounding off in the chat as young Carl.
Okay, yeah, Ryan, sound off in the chat if there's anything that I get wrong. So yeah, Molly, so you wrote this, you started it. What spawned this idea? Because it's just so wild. Like, what part started it, and then where did you write from?
Hey guys, remember when the scariest thing we could think of was ISIS?
Wild times.
Oh my! I mean, this was like 4 years, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. So back then, ISIS was terrifying. But no, I was really into Michael. We talked a lot about surrealist comedy versus absurdist comedy. I was very into Wet Hot American Summer. Anything that David Wayne did, I was super obsessed with. So I just wanted to do something that ran almost stream of conscious with like one singular joke. So that's where this came from.
Yeah, that's
right.
great.
And I think as we worked together, we were trying to make it as visual as possible. I think especially going with that surrealist end, leaning into the visual medium, make the jokes visual, not just verbal. Because I think that in the past couple of years, I think that's been the trend in comedic shows. It becomes very much talking head, like The Office and Community. Even though those shows are great, I've always wanted them to take more advantage of the actual visual medium. So I think we were both kind of in that same vein. Make it weird, make it visual, and really punch that up.
Yeah, and what do you guys think? Because I feel like this has been talked about a lot, and it's interesting because I don't think anything stays anyway forever. But I think people have noticed that comedy films in let's say the 2005s ish until kind of recently, there's been kind of a drought. It's not really been a hot time for feature length comedy films, and it seems like it's mostly just economics. It's hard to get money to just the amount of money you need to make to break even on a film. It's more just let's just make another Captain America movie. But yeah, it was fun to see, just hearing Michael say that. It's fun that you guys really kind of took advantage of the medium of film and did some cool visualization, did some weird stuff. Was that something on your mind? And not maybe that kind of exact thing I thought of, that would be weird, but do you feel like you want to be a part of comedy filmmaking because I feel like it needs a shot in the arm? Do you want to be part of that shot, or is that just too big picture? You're not even really thinking that.
No, absolutely. That is specifically what I'm trying to do. I'm a staff writer right now, so I'm very low level in terms of the television industry, but that's my job. And that is my goal, is to make comedy visual and to take, like Michael said, full advantage of the visual medium. Because I think, like exactly like you were saying, Justin, for so long, we've just kind of put really brilliant performers in front of the camera and let them work and run. And it's been nice, but it hasn't been marrying the full ability of the camera and editing that we can do with performance. So yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it feels like. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
Oh, it's just, I feel like we haven't seen that since, like, and maybe it's gone out of vogue or this certain style is out of fashion, but like the Naked Gun movies and Airplane, it was so slapstick, it was so over the top, and it was so visual. And I think that was a time where it was a nice marriage between performer and director, but visually they were still kind of middle of the road. And I think there's now this new avenue where we're more digital now. The cameras are smaller. We can fully take advantage of that. Like, as we were playing around with this film, it was like, oh, let's get a GoPro. Let's figure out how to fit a GoPro into this, and let's drown the character, get that POV, and use it for a joke. Even though it's super sinister, figure out interesting ways to use that camera to express those jokes and those punchlines.
Yeah, and I think like
1 minute.
That's probably like what I mean. If it's gonna happen, it's kind of gonna happen from like independent makers, because I think what kind of just the way I think the economics affects the art is that it's like you can have as an original idea as you want, and I think that's where comedy flourishes. But when you have to make studio budget, it's like, all right, well, one of your characters has to be John Cena, and it has to revolve around you guys winning a Pepsi. Because we're getting, so it's like, and so you're like, okay, and so there can still be room for creativity, but I don't know. I feel like comedy works like one man or woman, just one human, one idea, and like just following that vision. Like it seemed like Molly was kind of like the main
30
vision
seconds.
in terms of like the story, and I think that's probably why it shines. So like, I think it's kind of then you maybe sacrifice budget, then you do it yourself, and you kind of get these unique voices. Because I think again, like that's maybe what the comedy genre and filmmaking needs is just like unique POVs and just like interesting wild shit. So yeah, I don't know. It was good stuff.
Thank you.
So Molly, what else are you working on? Where can people find your stuff?
People can find my stuff. I'm a crime journalist in my spare time, so you can find my stuff at crimestory.com. I do a lot of new journalism there about the LA court system. And then you can just find me online at www.mollyannmiller.com.
And with an E or no E?
ANNE.
Okay, fancy.
Oh yeah, we did cut an entire bit. Ryan is mentioning we had a whole other bit in that show. There were like 3 other characters in that short that are no longer there. I feel like you would never notice. But we gotta wrap this up. So I'll shout out just the same. You can find me right here on twitch.tv/theopenstudio. If you're not following this channel already, what are you doing with your life? Hit that follow button so you know when we go live. We're gonna have another show next week, November 5th. So please stay tuned, our post-election show. I'll kick it back to you, Justin, so you can get us out of this and introduce our musical guest.
Yeah, we got a great musical guest coming up. So this is our last act of the evening. So stick around, sound off in the chat, have a good time. And everybody, give it up virtually for Emma Grace, everybody.
All right, cutting to Emma's title card. All right, you're clear. Close out Molly, close out Justin.
I'm so used to everyone being like, wow. And now it's so here. Oh, thanks. That helps. Okay. Yeah. So I'm a Grace, and I'm gonna sing some songs for you tonight. I'm gonna start off with one of my favorites I wrote a couple years ago. It's called "You Cannot Ghost Me." Yeah, super spooky for the season. You know, when people just sort of disappear, crazy. So. You cannot ghost me. You must think I'm some sort of crazy. I'm just a scared little girl on the inside. You must think I'm some sort of monster. I'm jealous. Oh, the pain, no words. Oh, the pain, no words. You cannot ghost me, you cannot harm me. I won't be far from your memory. I won't be far from your sweet. You will hear me in your sleep. You will feel me in your dream. See, I'm definitely a little crazy. I'll make you feel things you never thought of. I'll make you fall in love with me. Just don't think that you can break me. Just don't think that you made me feel all the pain. No words, all the pain. No words. You cannot ghost me, you cannot harm me. I won't be far from your memory. I won't be far from your sweet. You cannot ghost me, you cannot harm me. I won't be far from your sweet. Left me on red, now I'm in their bed. Left me on red, now I'm in their bed. I'm in her bed now, I'm in his bed now, I'm in their bed. You cannot ghost me, you cannot harm me. I won't be far from your memory. I won't be far from your sweet dreams. Can y'all hear me okay? Is it like happening? I don't know. Because when I'm live, okay, good. Because when I'm live, I can at least see a few people's faces that are like, oh, I don't know, I can't hear you. Or like, yes, and I can't hear either. So thank you. Okay. Yay. Okay. So this is actually a new song that I wrote during quarantine, during COVID and everything. It's called I Just Need Time. Some things aren't worth overthinking. Some things aren't worth overthinking. things except to move on. Look inside and hide, but don't lie. Deal with it later. Incarcerate those suicidal thoughts. Some things are worth overthinking. Some things are worth overthinking. Some things aren't worth overthinking. Emulating some sort of normal. Oh, I got her, my thoughts got knots. Pulling on my hair again. My subconscious knows. I just need some time for the pressure in my chest to soften. I just need some time for the pressure in my chest to soften. I just need some time for the pressure in my chest to soften. I'm afraid you'll leave me. Find your serenity in somebody else. I'm not enough. Too much all in one song. I just need some time to let out all those skeletons in my closet. I just need some time to let out all those skeletons in my closet. I just need some time. Some things aren't worth overthinking.
All right, we're here talking to Emma Grace. Emma, dude, that was so good. So good.
Thanks.
And you definitely didn't
Thank you,
disappoint. I
sir.
don't know if you heard earlier me talking to the other guests, but you hold up, you keep the cycle going of musicians just doing the best backdrops for the zoom in. Feel like we're at a real show. We got dynamic lighting and impressive backdrop.
Right.
Just very
Twinkle lights. I got this
very
like
spot
fucking window from like somebody.
Yeah, I said there's always some sort of tapestry or wall hanging in a musician's apartment, and I think it's really great that you're keeping it consistent. Also, you're our first performer to ever do vertical video, so you know what that means. If you're in the chat, free chalupa. Just take a copy of this video to your nearest Taco Bell.
Oh,
free chalupa
shit.
for the vertical video giveaway.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's about everyone's excited in the chat. They got a free chalupa. Why are you apologizing? Emma, relax. Everyone's excited. When you're vertical, we see more of you and less of your apartment. And you're a great performer. It looked great. I liked it. Now it's embarrassing because I thought it was a purposeful artistic choice. And I thought it was very interesting. I didn't know it was just the hands of technology fate. But
no, I was told twice in mic check who landscaped my iPhone. So it's fine.
It was great.
Not you.
So the thing that made me most excited about your performance, for you at least, what made me happy for you, is that you said, if I'm not mistaken, that you wrote that second song during like quarantine times. So you're still able to be creative during the lockdown. How's that
been? Really fucking weird. I've gone through 3 breakups since quarantine, which has given me a lot of writing material.
Now, did you have all 3
pre-quarantine
and then you broke them all off, or did you find new people during the lockdown?
So one was during March, like when everything shut down.
Yeah.
And then the other was like June or something. And then the other was just this past Saturday. So
okay. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Hey man, whatever works. No, whatever.
Congratulations.
Well, whatever works for the process. You know, I always say shitty guys get kind of a bad rap. I mean, how many Grammys have shitty guys spawned, right? Those breakup albums don't come out of nowhere, right?
Correct.
Like it's all part of the
Except
process.
I'm queer, so 2 of the people that broke up with me were non-binary. But that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect
man.
you to know that. Like the joke still works.
It's 2020. I'm here for it. Any gender can be a shitty partner, and I think that's what we're fighting for. That's what I'm fighting for, at least.
Exactly.
That's why I wrote in Kanye West, and I encourage you all to do it too. I'm kidding. Don't vote. But like, so you should vote. I just think everyone's telling you to vote. I just don't want you to, you get so tired of it. Like, I think here's the thing I think about. If everyone tells you to vote, you just get exhausted from the message. Because it's just like, it's the same mess. So I'm telling you not to vote. So you'll be like, fuck you, I'm going to vote. And then job accomplished, I think. So just trying to break up the airwaves a little bit. But Emma, what are you most excited about to get back into the after times? I was going to, most musicians have said play a concert, but I'm thinking for you, it's go on some dates.
That's so funny. Yeah.
It sounds like they go hand in hand, though, right? You have fun for a couple weeks, you break up, you write 3 songs, you take over the charts. Like, I feel like you got your work-life balance just crushing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take over the charts, and then I'm actually already seeing someone else. So, like, I mean, it's already happening. I'm gonna just like focus on music from here on out.
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, Emma's dating someone, so. Go down. Emma's dating someone, so go down into the description. Follow her on all social. We got new songs coming in about 3 to 4 weeks, so stay tuned for the drop. They're gonna be angsty and they're gonna be great, and be there for it when they drop fresh. Emma, we're gonna head out because this has been great and you've been great, but the show has to end. So Emma, say bye to everybody and any shout outs you want to give.
One more thing I want to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Absolutely. I just wanted to give a shout out to my parents who I think are watching from home. And then also I'm going to be releasing a new album, but also please follow me on Instagram, Emma the Bema. And you'll be able to see all the updates because I'm going to be releasing a new album called Waves of Grief. And that's where you'll find all those breakup songs. So yeah, you're going to want to look for that.
Emma, you're the best. Thank you so much. Follow her on all the stuff. Head down in the description. Follow the Open Studio on the Discord. Sound off in the chat. Follow us on Twitch. All that stuff. And so, yeah, the description's where everything is. If you want to hang out more, just between shows, go to the Discord and join the Open Studio Discord. It's open to join, just like the name implies. And not only find out about the show, but find out how you can submit to the show. It's all user-generated stuff we use on these shows. So you could be a guest. You could donate a dimension that I float around in. Maybe you could do some fan art of Rocky IV stills that I could use as backgrounds. This is just a screenshot, but I love some original art. Things like that. Whatever you want to do, get on the Discord. And thank you to Michael Garrity and Stephanie Duffy directing the show. And like Brandon messaged earlier, thanks to Jackie Manti and Michael Gow for the intro. Jackie Manti did some of the artwork here too and some of the branding. So I guess that just reminds me, I guess some of you were trying to clap for Brandon earlier. I don't know if that's how it works. I really don't know everything about crystal balls. I think they're different depending on the witch. I don't know. Clapping might work. Praying might work. I don't know. This is the one time praying might work. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's universe based. Maybe he's in another universe. Wouldn't that be funny if we lived in a multiverse and only certain universes got a god? Wouldn't that be funny? Sound off in the chat if you think that's true, and if you think we're in a god universe or a no god universe. Sound off in the chat. But I feel like it would be irresponsible though to sign off without checking if Brandon is still alive. I think that would be irresponsible because he's in this crystal ball. I think people want some resolution to this. Make sure Brandon's okay. He was so funny at the top of the show. I was wondering, Michael, in the booth, can we find Brandon in the crystal ball and just check on him? Is that possible? Okay, we're doing the ritual.
Stand by. Channeling crystal ball dimension. Let's.
Oh, it's funny. You tell people you've been banished to an interdimensional crossroads, and they say all sorts of, concerned things like, oh boy, that sounds spooky. And, there's an element of that, but people don't realize how cozy it is. And, all the things that I found that I just couldn't find in my apartment, like my glasses, for one, were down here. I found one of my cats. And dudes, they have a Nintendo, one of the original Nintendos. Look at all these Halloween games I have. Pugsley Scavenger Hunt, that's a good one. Friday the 13th, that's one I enjoy. Not many people do. Nightmare on Elm Street, that's a spooky one. Oh, Burger Time, that doesn't have anything to do with Halloween, but I love hamburgers. So look, guys, I've got ample Fig Newtons and hand sanitizer galore. Oh, sorry. Oh, trying to get in the center of the ball. Oh, but guys, don't cry for me, Argentina. My life outside the orb kind of sucked anyway. So listen, happy Halloween. Be good to each other. And may you find a little orb of your own soon enough. Love you guys. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Mwah.